Hey everybody, welcome back. It's episode 2 of the Q&A thing. We're right here to talk about more of your questions.
Yes, thank you for sending so many questions. We love you guys.
Thank you for sending so many of your questions. We love you guys. It's been really cool doing the show.
Marshall just says what I say sometimes.
Marshall just says what I say sometimes. But if you want to check out more of the show, you can check it out right now. Here it comes. More questions next week. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know either.
It's on the calendar.
It's going to be an adventure, whatever it's going to be.
It's going to be an adventure. I've been reading so much Batman, but we need to do something that isn't Batman.
I know, we've done
bit.
so much Batman
It's been
lately
a
these
lot
last
of
few
Batman.
months.
But we'll see you soon.
Keep reading comics. Love you.
Good luck.
Do you feel,
No.
do you
Nothing.
think,
Oh,
you feel nothing, but
Also
do you
no.
think that comics are more or less appealing to younger audiences as comics have gone on? What comic would you most want to see a film adaptation for? What genre do you wish was more represented in comics? I got one for this, just right off the bat.
what's next?
Whoa. Up next. What genre do you wish was more represented in comics? I got one for this, just right off the bat.
Pirate.
Pirate is one.
Is that what you're
Is
gonna
that a
say?
genre?
Depends on how you think about it.
That feels like it could be a genre. I feel like I got a lot for this.
Yeah.
Because once again, a lot of these, I want one that doesn't serve a larger thing.
Yeah.
300. 300 was a great and very faithful adaptation of history. The book, the comic.
Okay, I was going to say,
To be clear,
that is a comic book.
But the movie did a great job of adapting the comic.
Yeah.
So it was a good little bing bang boom.
Yeah.
Of shirtless men, just loving on each other.
Pantsless.
And pantsless.
Yeah.
Get
Not
me,
a lot going on
Get
with
me
those
and
men.
my boys out there with
Yeah.
pokey metal and just old timey
Strap.
diapers on. Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Well,
strapped, and by strapped, I mean jock.
Yeah.
Strap. Yeah.
Yes. Give me history. Give me fantasy.
Interesting.
Comics. But I can't stress this enough. I'm not talking about like webtoons fantasy. I'm not talking about cute little cheapy fantasy.
Okay.
Give me like the equivalent of like Tolkien high fantasy. Ooh. But make it, I don't know. I feel like I have a very specific thing, but like make it accessible to all ages. I was gonna say
Sure.
family friendly, but that's not necessarily what I mean.
Yeah.
Like make it accessible to everybody. I want to enjoy it and get as much out of it as an 8-year-old would.
Yeah.
And that's available.
Like
that's
a
what the
smart
Lord of the
8-year-old,
Rings
a cool
is.
8-year-old, or like a dumb one?
Like you as an 8-year-old. So a dumb
Like
one.
a dumb one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean it. I didn't mean it. No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Fantasy is an interesting one because there is a lot of, we think of superhero comics as like the predominant thing, and it kind of is, but there is a lot of other stuff, but it feels like the other stuff is mostly science fiction and horror based in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like there isn't as much straight up fantasy comic book,
Totally.
which is interesting.
Yeah, like what it should be perfect for that, right?
Yeah,
I would
theoretically.
think. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I feel like manga is the one that then has more diversity in subject matter sometimes, or at least the manga definitely has more fantasy.
That's probably true.
There's a lot more fantasy work in manga with stuff like Dragon Ball is basically a fantasy thing.
Yeah. Monkey Boy.
What else is there? What am I trying to think of? Berserk is a medieval dark fantasy.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan is kind of a fantasy alternate history thing a little bit.
Sorta, yeah.
It's not sci-fi.
I feel like it's approaching sci-fi maybe. Like a weird, it's closer to fantasy. Yeah, you're right.
But then anime also has anime because it's a direct pipeline from manga, but manga also has a lot more like slice of life stuff that comics doesn't have.
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff does exist within comic books, Western comics, but it's not as prevalent nearly as it is in manga.
Totally.
But I don't know that I care that much about reading that stuff for me personally. I might say fantasy as well, because when you read something like Berserk, there's another question in here that's like, what comic do you read mostly for the art? I might say Berserk for that a little bit, just because the subject matter is a little extremely intense sometimes.
To clarify, you're not saying Berserker, the Keanu Reeves one. You're saying Berserk, the with the guts.
Correct.
To be very clear.
Yeah, by Miura. And it's over here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's on your side.
Is it?
Or it's in a box.
Yeah, keep doing your thing.
I mean, we don't need to pull it out. But it's...
You're right, I won't.
Yeah. The art is very incredible. The story is a little intense, but I keep going because Miura's work is so ridiculously good.
I see. Here's my yes, it is, but Berserk falls so much more into that horror thing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's where it doesn't fit. You know, it's so if that's the closest that we can get, I think there's a lot of space.
You're thinking more high fantasy.
I am thinking more high fantasy.
Yeah.
But I also don't want George R.R. Martin fantasy.
Yeah. Well, that would be what that's not high fantasy. That's like grimdark. That's like, which is what Berserk would kind of live in, which is kind of stuff that I really dig on more so.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're thinking about the difference between like Sanderson, Martin, Tolkien, you're living more in the Tolkien, Sanderson area than you are in the Martin area.
Definitely. That's what I'd like more of. Yeah.
More in the Joe Abercrombie, George R.R. Martin, closer to Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Like if there is, I feel like this is the spectrum, right?
Sure.
Is over on this side, you have Joe Abercrombie.
Yeah.
And in the middle sections, you have George R.R. Martin and Tolkien. And then over here, then you have Sanderson.
C.S. Lewis. Oh,
well, I'm not even thinking about where C.S. Lewis lands on this. He'd be on this side.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
That being really dense stuff with really intense world building.
That's your spectrum. I hear you.
And
okay.
then like, this is the nice, quote unquote, nice stuff. And this is the quote unquote rude stuff. And then this is the accessible, really accessible side of that on either end of the bell curve, and the slightly less accessible, but still extremely good.
Yeah.
Like it's all really good, but this stuff is more dense and this stuff is more readable.
I noticed that you align that to where you're on the rude side and I'm on the nice side.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
that's our bends.
That can't be overstated. Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Right,
just kidding.
You've been reading Between Two Fires. Have you been still keeping up with that?
I'm not through it yet.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It's really good.
It is really good.
That,
it's
like,
very grimdark though.
Yeah.
The opening, dude. I mean,
oh my gosh.
But instantly it's
when
like
they go back into the barn and Timothy is killed.
Yeah.
The other guys.
Dude, it's so good.
Such a great reveal.
And on audiobook they do it
the audiobook
really
is very well done.
They do it really, really well.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. I need to get through it. It's due back in 2 days, so I need to I need to grind.
Dude, the ending is crazy.
Oh, don't spoil it. I gotta wait. I gotta get there.
It goes in places that I was like, this is absolutely nuts and so much cooler than I possibly expected.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you think.
Dude, another thing that we need more of in comics, in addition to pirates and fantasy,
angels.
Knights. Well, maybe.
Creepy angels that only a little girl can see.
Yes, that would be delightful. But only if she's accompanied by a big old knight. Like you're very much classic like paladin type knight is what I want more of in comics.
Yeah.
I
mean, but that's kind of what I like about Berserk is that you get that stuff. And Berserk kind of shares a lot of DNA with that kind of feeling that Between Two Fires has.
Yeah, it does.
What's the name of the author? Christopher or something?
Yeah.
I'll put that on screen. If you want to read a book, here's my favorite book from the last year. I don't know if it came out in the last year, but it's my favorite book that I read in the last year.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really, really good. Up next, what do you feel, do you think?
Oh.
You feel nothing, but
Also
do you think that comics are more or less appealing to younger audiences as comics have gone on?
I think in some ways it's less.
Okay.
I think that there are still comics that are being made with younger people in mind, but comics have kind of grown up in content wise, not maturity wise necessarily.
Yep, I agree.
But content wise have grown up a little bit with their audience.
Yeah.
Where the people that were reading in the 80s and 90s have kind of pushed these stories in more gritty, real directions than they would have been previously. And that's not to say that there weren't really intense books back then. Like that's why people like the books that they're reading now is because they remind them of the books that they read back then. Like the first thing I think of is like, Demon in a Bottle, Iron Man was an alcoholic. You get Green Arrow and Hal Jordan Green Lantern going across America and having like a political crisis basically between the two of them, and finding out that Speedy is a drug addict. Like there's really intense stuff in older comics. However, I feel like the mainline books sometimes are a little more grown up nowadays, content wise. Like I would be more hesitant to hand a kid any random book off the shelf now compared to especially in like the 60s. Like you can give a kid any book.
Yes. Yeah.
But even by the time you get to the 70s and 80s.
Thing,
So I mean, maybe in that way, like it's been grown up for a long time.
Yeah.
Of like the comics, superhero books showed up for the first time in 1938. And then by the time you get to 1970, it's starting to become a thing that isn't necessarily for like children anymore. It is more for like teenagers at the minimum level. Yeah.
Like as soon as they started ducking the Comics Code Authority, it kind of cut the leash on, on allowing the industry to kind of move along with the, as edgy as Gen Z and millennials wanted to be.
Yeah. We're not worried about corrupting the youth.
Right. Yeah.
We're just going to make whatever thing we want to make.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah. It's great. It is great. I agree with everything you said.
Okay.
I think we could.
Some people make things that I do not personally agree with or like.
Yes.
However, I would rather them be able to make that than not be able to make that.
Yes, the freedom to exist.
Yeah.
Or the freedom to create what you want to create, 100%. I think it's a little much.
Yeah.
Oftentimes.
Sure.
And it's probably clear by now, I have like really, maybe not really old school sensibilities. I can enjoy most things.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases,
I go, too icky.
Yeah, I go, can my mom read this?
Yeah. Would Linda approve?
Would Karen approve?
Book I'm reading?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have this in my home when my future kids are around? It's like,
Linda,
like
can you tell me can you read this first so I can know if I'm allowed to read this?
Fact check this for me. Yeah.
Linda, is this one? Can you look on Common Sense Media and see if there's a parental review for this one?
Growing up, that was the final authority. It was Common Sense Media.
If they say it's okay, I can get the Call of Duty video game.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to go see Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Wow.
Starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. What a thing.
In the theater. And my mom said, wait a minute. And she went to the computer and got on Common Sense Media, and she looked it up, and I stood there and waited, and she turned back and said, okay, you can go see it. And I was like, yes.
Real OGs go to the IMDb Parents Guide.
Oh, do they have, is that a good one?
Yeah, because it actually breaks it down by like violence and sexual activity or whatever and stuff like that. Different profanity.
Tells you which naughty words they say.
It literally, yeah. But it's like people put it there, like people generate it themselves. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it works.
They watched it. They put their souls at risk.
Yeah, but it's useful stuff.
Yes, definitely.
It's good. You should check that out, Michael.
I don't want there to be an authority in comic books anymore that is restricting the ability to create what you want to create.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that people are great at self-governing what kind of content they choose to make either. Yeah. So there's some kind of balance in there between what should be allowed and what I would specifically like to see more of for the sake of the children, I guess. I don't know. And me, the kids and myself.
Yeah. One and the same.
Yeah. Picture like, Billy Madison.
Okay.
Just a big grown man in a room with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
That's me.
Good, Michael.
I am Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else?
No.
Next one. What comic would you most want to see a film adaptation for if it only gets one movie? So I think this means like as a standalone movie. What would you like? What comic? And I'm gonna go. Can we say even like specific arc in this case? Like what arc would you want to see?
Have to, because if my first thought of what I would love to see as like a movie of some sort would work better as a miniseries, and that is Department of Truth.
Yeah,
it would. I think that you could do really cool stuff. Like, I mean, I'm a huge X-Files fan.
Yeah,
and that is kind of in the X-Files world, in theme wise, tone wise. And I would be really interested to see what that would be. It would be like a combination of the X-Files and Evil.
Yeah.
You seen Evil?
No, but I've heard about
It's Luke Cage. It's like specifically supernatural
Every
X-Files.
villain is lemons. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right. It's like, oh.
Sorry.
Wow, man. I don't know, because I would love to see Department of Truth, but I feel like you can't do just one movie. It has to be a miniseries.
That's fine. I think this is just, any kind of on-screen adaptation. I think miniseries is fair, especially because miniseries knows when to end. It's not the kind of thing that it's going to get through one season and the money keeps coming in and the studio goes, ooh, let's maybe, it's like
they're making a second season of Shogun now, even though the first season adapted the entire book.
Yes. And it was perfect. It could have just ended.
We didn't ever finish it because we were watching it in Colombia and then I came back from Colombia.
Oh, it would have been that time.
No.
It's really good. You'll like it.
I really like it. I've been playing the heck out of Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
You and Charlie got to come over. I've literally been intentionally avoiding doing more story things.
Really?
So you guys can come over and we can watch it.
Let's do it this weekend.
I'm down.
After Nerdfest on Sunday or something. That'd be great.
I can probably do that, actually. Let's find out.
We'll find out.
Book to movie to comic book to movie.
Yeah.
What do you do, Michael?
There's just so much to choose from. That could be
God Bomb.
God Bomb would be fun.
That would be good. So we can actually see it done well.
Yeah, I was going to say
Love and Thunder.
Part of me would say, the whole Gore saga, but they already freaking bunked it up.
But that's the thing. I feel like this question is a really good opportunity to take things that the MCU pretended to adapt and see an actual adaptation of that.
Yeah.
The way that they used to do animated adaptations of things. So like in that vein, The Long Halloween would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The animated version of it is very okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. But the fact that it's in the Tomorrowverse animation style, when you're adapting a book drawn by Tim Sale, it's just like, what are we doing?
Here, I got it. I got my answer.
Okay.
Here's what I would like to see.
Okay. Michael, what would you like to see?
I'm going to take you down my whole train of thought
Take
here.
me down your whole train of thought. Choo-choo.
You ever seen-
I'm putting more coal into the engine. I'm shoveling it in. Let's go.
Well, too bad you're in the caboose, Marshall.
Well, I'm shoveling the coal.
You're putting coal in the wrong
out
spot.
Out the caboose. The train is coming to a halt because I've taken all the coal. I'm me and my dark...
You're out of your mind.
You go ahead.
Marshall's been drinking too much between days.
More coffee.
Here's what You ever seen Bluey? You know what a Bluey is?
Like the dog from Australia?
Like the dog from Australia.
Uh-huh.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Imagine this. Bill Watterson hates the idea of Calvin and Hobbes being adapted to screen.
Yeah.
Famously. I want to see, nevertheless, I respect his wishes. However, in my imagination...
I respect this. However...
in my imagination, I want to see an adaptation that is the same format as Bluey. Give me 5-minute episodes.
Yeah.
With Bill Watterson having complete creative control over them.
Interesting.
I kind of wonder, I still think he would be against it, but I would love to see it happen. If I could like just walk into an alternate dimension where I could access that would be, I think, so much fun. And I'm like comparing it to Bluey because of, newspaper comic strip, obviously very short, so wouldn't fill up full episodes of television.
Yeah.
And also I think it keeps a similar tone as some of the Bluey episodes. Never thought I'd talk about Bluey this much on this podcast.
Bluey definitively has like lessons and stuff in it though. Like you learn something at the end of a Bluey, or like you learn something about what it is to be a grown up or to be a kid and stuff like that. And there is some of that in Calvin and Hobbes, but as a newspaper strip, a lot of time it is just like, here's a funny thing.
Yes.
And
sometimes there, I think in Calvin and Hobbes, there are like, and we talked about this on our episode. Go check out our Calvin and Hobbes episode, linked up here somewhere, maybe.
Superman meme.
Whoa. There it is.
Marshall, insert that there.
Yeah. Thank you. There is a little bit of that in Calvin and Hobbes. But like, I think it's obscure enough. I think when I think of Bluey, I think that the morals of each story are oftentimes kind of in the background, kind of in the subtext. You know what I mean? I think Calvin and Hobbes would lend to that really well. So I think it'd be fun. And again, it's something like that's so much of that will never happen because it's kind of forbidden by the creator.
Yeah.
And that's fine. The creator in this case being Bill Watterson, not God.
Yeah.
The creator of Calvin and Hobbes specifically.
We've both chosen miniseries. What would a movie be?
Shoot. You've broken right through my my smoke screen.
You've solved my miniseries puzzle.
Shoot. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I would like a Heroes for Hire movie.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be extraordinarily fun.
Any specific story or just like a Luke Cage Iron Fist movie?
I would just like the Iron Fist Luke Cage team up. I don't know if I've read enough of them to say which one is the best one.
Sure.
Enough of the arcs, that is.
Yeah.
However, I think that it's never been done well. The Luke Cage and Iron Fist that we got in the MCU, like kind of like you were saying,
I think
didn't work out.
The Iron Fist show is not good. Season 2 is slightly less not good. Season 2 is actually fine.
I never got there.
I watched it because I heard that it was all right. It's not bad.
Yeah.
They fixed a lot of the problems, but it's still not great.
Yeah.
Luke Cage, pretty good. And their dynamic in Defenders is great. I would even venture to say that if they brought those two specific guys back, I would be on board.
Sure.
But it just needs to be written better. So I don't know. I would watch it. It's an interesting pull. I would not have thought of that.
Yeah. I think it'd be very fun. I do like that actor that plays Luke Cage a lot.
Yeah, Mike Coulter. Speaking
Coulter.
of the show Evil.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he plays a priest
Oh, amazing.
in that. I don't know what I would do. Because I'm thinking I would, like, what specific story or arc would I like to see adapted? And my favorite book is is Year One.
Yeah.
But we kind of already have Year One in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Like, it shares a lot of DNA with that. And I honestly don't know that I care to see that brought to live action. There's some comics that are just so good as a comic book, like we were talking about earlier. There's things that comics can do that movies can't do. There's an animated adaptation of getting confused. There's an animated adaptation of Year One, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not great. And maybe if it was done extremely well, then I would say, wow, how great. But I just don't know that story is one that can be really well adapted into live action.
Yeah.
I think Batman Begins did it as well as you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the God Bomb arc would be really cool. That might be my choice. I think I would choose the Thor, Gore stuff, the God Bomb, all of that.
Give us a good
stuff.
Thor. Yeah.
I mean, because I love Thor. People talk about characters that have been really consistent over the decades. Like Batman has been fairly consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil famously has had like a couple bad runs in his history.
Yeah.
Thor should be in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Thor has been consistently really good for almost the entire existence of the character.
Yeah.
But people don't really think about him because they think about him as just the silly fantasy guy and that's it. But the Thor comics are so good.
Really good stuff.
Like the Gore stuff is a lot of people's entry into the character because it's a modern book with incredible art, really good writing by Jason Aaron. And then, you get more people being brought in when Jane becomes Thor later on in The Mighty Thor, also by Jason Aaron, then Russell Dauterman on art. But even before that, like I started reading all of Thor from like the moment that he came back to life onward.
Yeah.
Because Ragnarok happened, and that's why Thor is dead in Civil War.
Yeah.
You read Civil War as a kid, and you're like, where'd he go? Oh,
he's a robot.
He's
sometimes.
a robot?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the best
That's why they're confused, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's because he was canonically dead for a while in the comics. And when he came back, it was in a story by J. Michael Straczynski.
Mm-hmm. We love
who's really good.
Yep.
And Olivier Coipel, who is also fantastic. And that is kind of the modern version of Thor that we recognize today.
Yep.
And from then onward, it's just been fantastic. Yep. And even before that, you got Walt Simonson's Thor. Yep. Really good stuff. That's where Beta Ray Bill comes from. Like a lot of Thor mythos things come from there.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really, really good.
As much as I kind of call like Thor as a whole throughout the entirety of his history, as much as I say that it's not a very great adaptation of the myths and that sort of thing, they do a great job of making their own myths out of it and still kind of holding to their original source material. Like they really do it well.
Choose your movie.
Didn't I?
I thought you chose a show. Did you choose a movie?
I think I did.
Okay.
I don't remember what I said. We've come so far. This one's for you specifically.
Thank you.
What or whose art style is your favorite and why?
Okay, so I wrote some names down.
Yeah, let's have them.
So I wrote down some artists based from that question, running off of it super quickly. Yeah. I wrote Tim Sale, Mark Bagley, Lee Weeks, David Mazzucchelli, Leonardo Romero, Matias Vergara, who I've mentioned up to this point, Jerome Pena, Daniel Warren Johnson, Chris Samney, John Buscema, Matteo Scalera, and then a few people off of the internet. One, my buddy Anthony. Here's his work. Wow. And a guy that I like, Zador Vlad. I know you follow me.
Is that actual name or is that screen name?
The actual name is Russian.
Okay.
So this is the Instagram name, the Twitter name.
Love that. Yeah.
I don't know how to say your actual name.
I like Zador Vlad.
It's very good. And then Devlin. Devlin is another one who's fairly popular on Twitter, who's very good, draws some really good Batmans. But I really like all of these people. The friends that I will highlight, especially though, would be Anthony, my buddy, who's like really, really good. His like anatomy is really impressive to me. It is just like, I'm not that good.
Shout out to Anthony and his anatomy.
Shout out to Anthony's anatomy.
Studley.
We love to see your anatomy, Anthony. But you should show it to us more and just reveal it all.
Crazy.
Reveal it all on the internet as soon as possible. There's no rules on Twitter. His stuff is really great, and I really enjoy. I've inked a few of his pieces. We worked together a few times, and it's really fun to do. And he's got some cool ideas for like a Punisher book that I won't get into here.
Love that.
We have kind of been collaborating on a little bit with some concept stuff, which I can tell you off the air about.
Oh, I can't wait.
And then again, Devlin draws some really cool Batman stuff that I really, really like. Nothing like my style at all. And then Zador Vlad, I really like because they have a really classic feeling style. Yeah. Does a lot of Spider-Man stuff. And just busts out a million of them per minute. I don't understand how you do it so quickly. Like every time you do something that I like to do, which is draw something and then think, oh, but what about this costume? And you do like a million variations of it. And you'll just see a Zador Vlad post. And it's a really cool, highly detailed, really dynamic piece. And then you swipe and he's done like the black suit, the metal suit, the 2099, and here's one with Felicia, and here's one with MJ, and here's one with this version of the Lizard. And it's like, what are you spending? How do you have time for this? Like, I don't understand. Yeah. And it's all so good. Yeah. And it's very classic feeling stuff. I really, really like it. Those are some favorites of mine. If we're talking about like famous guys that maybe have influenced my style, then I would say Mark Bagley, who's a super nice guy. I spent a while talking to him at a convention a while back. He was really graceful, gave me a lot of his time, which was really cool of him. I don't think I was a parasite at your table, sir, if you're somehow watching this, but it was really nice to meet you and thanks for talking to me. John Buscema, of course, is really good. Jerome Pena does really incredible work. That Thor that I was just showing you, that was Jerome Pena. Yep. Really incredible, we're talking about anatomy. This is a man who draws really, really great, anatomically accurate stuff, really incredible, impressive stuff. Like this is a person who has spent, hours and weeks doing studies, clearly. Because it's just incredible stuff. Matias Vergara is really good. Leonardo Romero is one that does really good, more classic feeling stuff as well. The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, he's the lead designer on that. And his style didn't quite get translated perfectly to the show. But which caused him to start getting a lot of hate because people didn't really like the look of that show. Yeah. But if you look at his actual artwork, it's incredible stuff. Yeah. And if you look at the modern Marvel Masterworks books, he's doing the covers for those because he has such a classic feeling style. I really love that stuff. Lee Weeks is another one who does really dynamic, modern feeling stuff that also has a very classic feel. Yeah. Oh man, really good stuff. Lee Weeks did the Cold Days arc on Batman a while back where Bruce has gone too far and injured Mr. Freeze to the point of getting a false confession out of him and then realizes that he's gone too far and then uses his Wayne influence to get himself on the jury for Freeze's trial and then fights on behalf of Two-Face with the jury, not Two-Face, on behalf of Mr. Freeze with the jury. It's really, really good. I have those issues somewhere over there. Yeah. It's great stuff. Those are some, what was the original question?
Like which artists what was the... just worded as what or whose art style is your favorite. So thank you. Yeah.
I mean, it's the stuff that I really love to read doesn't necessarily always match up with the stuff that I am inspired by that I want to be like.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm inspired by all kinds of stuff, but the stuff that I want to be like is stuff like John Buscema, like Leonardo Romero, like my buddy Anthony. I love Anthony's work.
Yeah.
Zador Vlad.
Yeah.
However you pronounce it. Tell me how to pronounce it.
Well, you've got your style all your own that I'm sure you take pieces of all these guys.
Sure. There's some Otley in my work. There's some Capullo in my work. The way I draw Batman is highly influenced by Greg Capullo.
Yeah.
A little bit of Neil Adams. My Spider-Man is very Romita, very Bagley. There's pieces of different artists in different characters specifically. Which is an interesting way to think about it. But those are some of my favorites. I have a lot. I could go on for a long time. I have more on that list that I didn't name out.
Love that.
But I could go deep.
Totally. Yeah.
Not gonna.
It's good.
Because I'm busy.
We don't have time.
What do you mean?
You don't have time.
What?
You got places to be.
Where?
Right here for my next question.
Oh.
There was a similar one geared toward me.
Yeah. What comic book artist do you want to draw like, Michael?
What comic book artist do I want to draw like? Marshall P. Parrish.
Marshall Pedward Parrish.
Pedward, you got it. No, we also got the question, Michael, whose writing do you enjoy most and why?
Yeah.
So I say we, I mean I guess. Oh. Sorry.
I enjoy Michael P. Klopp's writing.
Michael Timothy Klopp.
Yeah.
Just
him from Smiling Friends.
We're putting it out there.
Go ahead.
I also wrote down a handful of names for this. Eastman and Laird we talked about earlier.
Yep.
So good. So inspiring as the process. You know what I mean? It's just like as how they got to be
just seeing that
who they are.
Two crusty nerds can make a thing.
Yep. And their product is a household name now 50 years later.
Yeah.
So cool. Matt Fraction. Fear Itself we talked about.
Have you been reading the new Batman run? Because Fraction's writing it.
I still haven't read it, but I know he's in it. Yeah,
it's very good.
Yeah, 100%.
He's doing a really cool thing.
Yeah,
I like it.
He writes dialogue so well, and he can do a big event like Fear Itself. Yeah. Or he can do like the Hawkeye run.
Have you read his Hawkeye with David A.
Hawkeye's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. It's like, the scales for both of those, he can write a good script. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But the characters feel like real characters. Yes. They feel like people.
Which is essential.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Who else? Bendis. I love a BMB.
You got to get on the Bendis brigade, man.
Yes, you do.
It's hard to not like Brian Michael Bendis.
Yes.
He mostly does really good stuff.
Yeah. We have Miles Morales, thanks to Brian Michael Bendis in part,
Yeah.
We have his really good Transformers run that we talked about. We have his Moon Knight that we talked about a little bit ago.
Did he do a really good Transformers run?
He did Transformers, didn't he?
The one that we talked about on this show?
That's
Daniel Warren Johnson.
All right, cut that.
These guys multiply the sound.
Those two men with their three names drive me nuts because they both are just all right. Forget about that. Let me
he also did a run on Superman that was kind of maligned when it came out, but I like a lot. I actually have most of those issues here.
Yeah.
His Moon Knight, people really love his Moon Knight.
I was going to say fact check me for the rest of this.
Hugely popular.
House of M was him.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
now I'm second guessing myself with the whole, but he makes a really good story, and he creates these new things. Like House of M is this huge event that changed a lot, and it's compared to a million things. It's like WandaVision took from House of M, like a ton of things just kind of cherry picked from House of M, thanks to what he put in it.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, huge character.
M
now.
stands for Miles Morales.
House of Miles Morales. House of Miles M.
House of Miles Morales.
Miles P. Morales.
It's about the building of the house that Miles lives in.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn. Yeah.
Great joke, Marshall. Great bit.
Thank you.
Jeff Loeb, we talked about everything.
Yeah.
Just everything. Neil Gaiman, Sandman.
Yeah.
Love a Sandman. I love what I know.
Two slightly problematic guys in a row. You're doing great.
I'm not trying to, but art from the artist, and, if it's possible, I know there's talk, but nevertheless, Neil Gaiman's world building, I don't think can be denied as far as just how good he is at making a cohesive world that has a very unique tone and aesthetic and everything like that. He's great at it. Johnny Hickman, House and Powers of X, Fantastic Four. Yeah. He did the new Secret Wars. He's doing the new Ultimates right now.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah. The Avengers book that we were just looking at is him as well. All that stuff.
He can we talked about ensembles. Hickman can do an ensemble book and make the characters all feel just the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Go check out our Fantastic Four episode because we talk about him a lot and how he does that.
And if you check it out, I'll give you one
smooch.
Whoa.
Marshall's going to smooch you.
Email us.
As a threat. Chip Zdarsky. We talked about him on Daredevil in episode 1.
Yeah.
And remember those days? Let's reminisce together.
You know what? You remember how they used to, when they were first making the Spider-Man movie in the early 2000s, and people were like, "Oh, he just looks like a rubber man." This is what that feels like in 2025. You remember this?
No.
That's what the people, some people at least.
I forgot when in 2002 what people were saying.
Yeah.
I didn't remember.
You were busy being like 2
years old.
2 whole years old.
Yeah. He looks like a rubber man.
They thought he was a rubber man. They thought that
pictures of Rubber Man.
He was a hero, Rubber Man.
They also went to extreme lengths to do.
I heard Rubber Man was.
Frank Miller, more Daredevil, more Batman, both. He just does that. He does the dark tone very well, as does my last one, Alan Moore.
Yeah.
I listed a lot of their traits on this list in my hand. Alan Moore, I just wrote being a freak.
Yeah, wizard, an actual wizard.
Wizard Alan Moore, Grand Wizard Alan Moore.
Sorry, I confused you by saying that Alan Moore was a wizard. Actually, Grant Morrison is a wizard.
Yeah, Van Morrison too. Also Jim Morrison.
Yeah. Moonlight, da 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 da. Keep going.
Famous song from The Doors.
Yep.
That was it. But we do have one last question.
Okay.
Last question is, what movie or show has the best adaptation of the comics? What movie or show has the best adaptation of the comics? I'm taking that
from
as like
the comics?
Most faithful adaptation.
Most like adapted from the comics.
Yeah. Isn't that tough? Because there's so many good ones. There's so many bad ones also.
I feel like the thing is, though, that there's not really many, at least in live action, there's not a lot that has been directly adapted.
Correct. Yeah.
At least in superheroes. There's other things like Watchmen or V for Vendetta, a lot of Alan Moore stuff, have at least been attempted to directly adapt. There's heavy changes to the ending of V. There's huge changes to the entirety of Watchmen.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw mine in there while you think about it. I telegraphed this a little bit early. I don't think I did that intentionally, but 300. Okay. 300 is just so good. The Zack Snyder film is so close to what the comic book was.
Yeah. And
again, for me, it gets extra points because the comic book was so faithful to actual like primary sources that we have for that time and place in history.
Yeah.
And I think it's so much fun. And so that gets a lot of points for me. Again, I think a lot of people don't realize that 300 was a comic book. Like,
no, I mean, that's not a whole episode that we could do of like things that people don't realize were comics first. Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks was a comic book.
I've been cooking up a 300 episode for myself to do with the audience. So stay tuned for that.
So I'm excited to see what you do with that, pal.
Absolutely.
I think if we're talking about things like being super directly adapted, I don't think that you can talk about anything being as closely adapted as Sin City.
That's a great choice.
Sin City is so the most faithful, direct comic book to screen adaptation that exists.
Yeah.
Like the comic book is directly a storyboard.
Yeah.
And there's a whole, I can insert a little segment here maybe, but there's a whole story about the way that they greenlit doing the movie. The Robert Rodriguez had the idea of wanting to do it, working really closely with Frank Miller, and they did this little short thing to have a proof of concept of the way that it could look.
Yeah.
And it's really fascinating the way that they were able to. I mean, the entire thing is shot on a green screen. There is no location work at all, and so much of it is directly out of the comic. Quality wise, it's better than it isn't as a movie.
It's far from perfect.
Yeah, there's issues there, but
which I think goes to show that, to our point that we were making earlier, like and we've said this in the past, film is not the be all end all medium. That's like live action film specifically is not what everything has to be in. Not everything has to be adapted. Not everything should be adapted, because like you get things like that where it's a faithful adaptation and it's just not the best quality you could possibly have.
Because you're also not necessarily playing to the strengths that film has.
Yeah.
When you're trying to just as exactly as possible put the comic book on the screen.
Yep.
And because of the kind of story that Sin City it lends itself to film a bit more.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of taking from a long history of noir cinema. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think, there's just really not a lot that has been directly adapted. But that's probably, I guess I would probably say Sin City.
It's a great choice.
I'm probably forgetting about something that would be super obvious.
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember who directed that.
Robert Rodriguez.
It was Robert Rodriguez. Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, we didn't both just pick Zack Snyder, did we? Because that feels like it could be a Zack Snyder thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like it fits in his it fits just in his realm. And so I was like, there's no way we just pick two Zack Snyder choices.
Yeah, it was Rodriguez working basically directly. I mean, you could say that Frank Miller was like a director on it as well. Like he was right there working there the whole time.
I love that. Like,
it's really interesting.
Give him that opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that Robert Rodriguez just came straight from the Spy Kids 3D set over to Sin City. It was just like a back and forth thing for him.
That's not inaccurate, probably.
I know, it's around that time. 2005 was Sin City.
Yeah.
And Spy Kids 3D was
what, Whiplash?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's interesting.
That's why we love
Miles Teller.
2003 was Spy Kids 3D, so it was probably a pretty quick
years
turnaround.
In there. So it's probably a pretty direct. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
that's like Steven Spielberg finishing shooting Jurassic Park and then going off to do Schindler's List.
Yeah,
and then having to take breaks in the middle of Schindler's List to go and be like, yeah, that dinosaur looks nice.
Yep.
What
a drastic departure.
Thanks everybody for being here. This has been our Q&A episode. Thanks for being here. It's really cool that you're all here. We're super excited that you're all here. It's been awesome doing this show. We're going to keep doing this show. We have ideas to expand on the show and do all kinds of stuff. If you like the show, you can tell a friend about it. If not, that's okay. Thanks for coming and being here as much as you were. And if we never see you again, thanks. And, I hope that you have a good life.
Marshall cut off my really good joke that I was making last, but we do love you guys a whole lot. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of our little community that we've started with this show. We love doing this, and your support helps us to keep on doing this. So beyond that, what the other things that support us? Buying our artwork. I have written a book of poetry and some of my photography and that sort of thing. And I really like it. And you buying that helps me to make more writing. Same thing with Arshil's artwork.
Yeah,
with Marshall's artwork that he creates. Here are some of those options right there.
Yeah.
So yes, please. We'd love to see support through just enjoying what we've created, even beyond just what we do here. So I think that's about it. But keep on reading comics. We love you.
Good luck.